Okay, so today is the 22nd of May, and it's the first day of deload. I've been working out non-stop since 3 days. Through 3 days. I was quite tired these last days because the training load and the overall stress I was applying on my body was consequent. It was really non-negligible, and I was accumulating fatigue. I actually needed to go intensively in order to get into it. If, in case I just wanted to have some kind of chill days, honestly, I knew that it wouldn't work. And yeah, I'm quite proud of having been able to hold on no matter what. Yesterday, I haven't recorded it. I think, yeah, I've done 60, 60, 60 without pause with a clean form, which is something I haven't done before. I was kind of neglecting the form on this little superset I had to do. And yeah, it's kind of a good conclusion for this reinforcement, strengthening kind of phase. Now I have to focus on calisthenics only. And it's kind of weird because before, like, it's been 3 weeks that I was literally going this way without any music. Okay, so it's I can feel like just by putting myself on the floor that I would be able to continue the whole thing. I developed a kind of autopilot mode, not in a bad way. I feel like it would provide me some energy. And now I just have to cut this completely straight on in order to put my energy in skills. And yeah, I think I'll need a little time of adaptation. I was saying, I need a little time of adaptation and also kind of reassess like the standard when it comes to my level, being able to convince myself that I'm way stronger than what I've been doing the past weeks. And so yeah, let's just go straight into it. Okay, so my third combo is coming. And I feel like I have to. I as much want to that I think I have to do push-up, press, hold. I know that it's just about intent. I know that I have to really be so present and focused that I can push so hardly that if I just focus on pushing hard, I know I'm dead. I'm just cooked and I won't be able to press. To be honest, I'm kind of out-focused. I just I just peed a second ago, and it's not the only reason. It's just that, yeah, I lose the focus. I'm like the tiredness, the fatigue, just in one shot, right? And actually, on the second set, it was coming. I was feeling it, and so How will I go through this? Well, actually, I don't know actually how I will do it, but my goal is to attain this.
What are you doing? Why are you still holding back? Have you forgotten what they said to us? What they did? They think you're a monster. Prove them right.
Okay, so as you can see, my performances are kind of great. I know what to do next. I'll opt for the strength session. And this time, I have to not do any strengthening exercises. So this whole session will only be about 3 sets. And that's quite fair. I haven't talked about how I could do this push-up press and hold. It was just about getting myself out of myself. It was just about finding under which kind of emotional state I needed to be in order to achieve this. And these songs just popped up in my head because, yeah, I've used it a couple times in March or April. It just works on me. I really feel like powerful. This kind of they think you're a monster, prove them right. It's so anyway, you have the point. It's just about finding the emotion that just convey the feeling that you are able to do it. What a great time to be alive. I'm really satisfied. I'm just chill, to be honest. But let's talk a bit about the sensations. I feel so much more connection with my body. Like my shoulders aren't sore from this 60, 60, 60, these lateral elevations, these kind of robots. It's horrible. This exercise is horrible. The tempo is supposed to be something like 10 repetitions of like 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. I'm so focused on just holding on that I prefer to set a chronometer of 60 seconds and just hold on till the end. I cannot count in my head. I just have to hold on. But anyways, it's gone. I have to I have to move on. Okay. So this is gone, and so my shoulders, they feel way much better. My forearm also. I don't have like pull-ups and dips like that could tire them. I was really feeling limited when doing presses, mostly, for instance. Typically my negatives are awful due to this pre-fatigue I had in the forearm, because when you try to just floop, you have to grip the bar in order to regain tension, and it was just a pain. And now I don't have this anymore. I can just enjoy life. I could just, in order to have some gratification, yeah, this is what we say, like, feel thankful for what's happening. I could do 2 presses today. It's been weeks, literally, it's been 3 weeks that, like in dumbbells, I'm doing desktop press or hold, press or hold, fail, or desktop, push up, no hold. This is my life since 3 weeks, and today I could do my 2 presses, and I'm really, really glad of that. On the pool side, there's something I haven't talked about with you. We kind of found that with Adrian, that there are chances I don't need to push as hard as I'm pushing in pool. I may have to rest a bit more to kind of have some reserve, and not necessarily, but I don't know if I would be able to explain it really well. But the point is that there were some days in which I decided to push through with some volume work or maybe medium or that kind of stuff. And in these days, I was feeling like so heavy. I was feeling like maybe it would be better than that to just rest. And I talked about this intuition with Adrian, and he was like, there are chances that, yeah, you indeed need to just rest. Because coupled with that, there is also the fact that after a day of rest, depending of the situation, I was feeling way stronger in pull compared to push. In push, I really often need to kind of gradually harvest the strength, the habit, the connections, and all this stuff. But in pull, there are a lot of situations in which I'm kind of overtraining to some extent. What I mean by this is like trying to do medium or maybe strength session when I should not. And by resting, like having pure rest after this, I often have like the great peak, let's say, of performance, just due to the fact that I did what I needed, rest, simply. And so, yeah, this is a kind of little detail that will reveal itself in the future when I would have more occasion to apply it and also see the concrete result of this clue, because it's not an achievement, it's just a way. Now I don't have much thing to say. Yeah, I think so. It's been the first day, and I'm quite glad. It's just a deload. It's just the deload. I haven't talked about the deload concept in itself also. Usually people think that deload is about cutting a lot of your volume and intensity and all this stuff. But it really depends of what are you deloading for. In my case, I'm deloading from the reinforcement strengthening work. So it's not really my strength tissue. It's not, I don't know if it's really correct, but I'm not trying to rest from harvesting strength. I haven't really harvested strength since 3 weeks. I've been harvesting tissue here, like muscular, like my tendons. I've been reinforcing my tendons, and it's from this that I have to recover. I don't have to recover from my nervous system. And so this is why I'm on deload day 1 and I'm doing this. And yeah, basically the way we're dealing with the deload with Adrian is that I go by feeling for the whole week. But I do not do even one set of reinforcement. My goal is just to rest from reinforcement, everything that implies muscular and tendinal. I hope you understand what I mean. Tendinal, tendon recovery. And yeah, beside this, I can push through on the strength side. Obviously, I won't go crazy, but the point is here. What are you deloading for? It's the 31st of May, and I think I just want to recapitulate the situation and also mention one thing. The coaching with Adrian will end, like from today, it's supposed to end. The current situation is that I'm kind of auto-coaching myself since about a week, and Adrian is kind of overlooking at what I do in order to let me go with peace of mind. And I'm in this situation in which I'm getting really closer and closer to the end of this coaching. We haven't talked since a couple days, and I think our last exchange will be maybe a call in order to recapitulate the whole thing, and maybe I will have the occasion to ask him a shit ton of question I want to ask before really for good get to the end of the coaching. And what happened in this first week of auto coaching is that first I had to decide of my own programmation, which was the first week of deload. My first week of deload was basically the programmation I will have to do in the future, but with a bit less volume than what we would do on the first week. What is the structure of my trainings now? It's about the same as before going to China, before the physical preparation, which is couple attempts from 0 to 3 attempts. And then I have my session. My session is either strength session, medium session, or volume session. It's as simple as that. I choose, like, on the day-to-day basis, what am I going to do? My goal is to progressively overload throughout the weeks my amount of sets, whether it's on strength, medium, and volume, at about the same increase. Let's say I do not choose to increase just on one specific type of session. It's like, in my case, for instance, on the first week, on the first deload week, I was on 3 sets in strength, 2 sets in medium, and 2 sets in volume. What I will do is increasing by 1 set every session. So 4 sets in strength, 3 sets in medium, 3 sets in volume, maybe even 5 sets in strength. This is the exception, let's say. The point is that we saw that on me, this is what works. What works is being kind of putting all the energy in this harvesting strength. Medium is supposed to just kind of maintaining the momentum. It's not supposed to push like the rock. It's supposed to just, okay, the rock is ascending. We just give a gentle push, you know. And the volume is also something we saw that is not like the growl on me. It's not through this that I'll make most gains. And that's about it. As we found, this is the kind of training that works on my profile, which is the frequency profile. I do not really work on intensity, like having some spikes of training in order to create adaptation. I mostly work on frequency that creates little adaptations and increasing overload. I'm telling the whole thing so that it can help me to make up a plan for the future. And so what happened is that this week was the hottest week of the month, and maybe of the year also. About 30 degrees minimum. In the night it was 25, something like so. In my apartment, I don't have quite a good situation in terms of positioning with the sun. In the whole afternoon, I have the full sun coming into the apartment, and so it was freaking hard to just be alive. And so training was pretty tough. I was seeing like calisthenics people, they were training in their garage or at noon, like at really late times. But it's not something I can do because I decided to wake up at 5 since a couple of weeks. And yeah, just my overall situation, my external factors weren't incredible. But this is not the only reason my trainings weren't so good. I would say that a kind of hype kind of decreased. I had freaking good trainings. A couple of days after this, I kind of stayed to the same level or even a bit less, with a bit less push, confidence, and will. And yeah, this genuine will of going for things. So much that the past couple days I just rested or did volume, and yesterday was a shitty workout outside. I just did dumb stuff. And so yeah, today I wasn't feeling really great in terms of feelings, my body conditions. At the warm-up, I was feeling tense in my biceps. Just desktop to press was kind of hard, and this is due to these last days I had. You have to couple fatigue from the environment, fatigue from the lack of sleep, and muscle kind of fatigue from trainings that are just pumping me juice. It's not something that just aligns with me. This is full bro science, but there are trainings that provide me energy when I come in phase with them. And there are trainings that are just draining, and I think I've done too much training just for the sake of it, without minding too much. And if I try to overlook at the pattern that was occurring, is that I was kind of avoiding what I had to do, gain more consciousness about the situation as I am my coach now. And this is what I've done today, and I'm pretty happy with this. I will explain you why. Basically what happened is that, as I may have shown it, my warm-up was pretty shitty. I did a dead stop to press. I was feeling so heavy. My form was pretty shitty also. And I decided to kind of think about, okay, let's try to push up to press. Because the intention I should have when it comes to this auto-regulation is that my attempts are supposed to be the work of the preceding cycle. And the preceding cycle was focusing on push-up press. I've been doing this like a dumbass for a whole month with elastic. And so I was like, maybe you feel heavy and you feel not that strong, but what you're supposed to express is what you've been working on since like the past month. And I tried, and I succeed to do this push-up press, even though just a moment before, a dead stop to press in bad form was freaking hard. And this is when I realized I had made it to some extent to really get to understand this kind of mechanism. And this is why I decided to also try to be even more intense on the touch side. And it worked also. I've done pretty great performances in my attempts. The strength side, like the strength part of the session, was kind of mid, okay tier, but it has its explanation with the context I mentioned previously. I intend to continue what I learned with Adrian. I do not think I'll go for something too crazy or alternative. I don't know. Like, there are just two things I'm thinking about. The first thing is, do I want to have more variations? Do I want to come back on one-arm planche? Do I want to increase a bit more toward wide and one-arm front lever for variety in skills? Do I want also to go for more strength movement? For instance, Maltese. Concretely going for Maltese, not just I do some wides here and there. Because I have, to be honest, a high attraction toward this skill. It's been 5 years. I'm hard for this. It obviously, as everyone began with. But after I developed this attraction for the skill in itself and with other people, like Noah. You may not know him, but I do. Tu resteras dans mon cœur à jamais. Anyways. I've talked about everything. Maybe, oh no, I haven't talked about this. I don't know. Let's call this the pointing toes. I'm working on my ankle flexibility in order to point correctly. That's so freaking ridiculous, but I found that it really is so hard for me to like straighten my legs while having some pointing toes. What happens in most cases is that I just try to point out so hard that it naturally just bent my knee. I just do like, and naturally it just, and so I talked about this issue with Adrian, and he just said me, well, work on your ankle mobility. And so this is what I begin to do. I began 4 days ago at noon, so outside of training, but I have this intuition I should maybe go for as a warm-up, literally a kind of warm-up in which I harvest this flexibility and also kind of wake up my legs in order to create the path, the normal path of having straight legs. It's so freaking ridiculous. Like, this is one of my main concerns. I have just one last thing to mention. I could have a call with a French dude by the bias of complete hazard. He actually just wanted some tips and he didn't know that I was doing content online, etc. And I just told him, like, just go on a call with me. And so I gave him a lot of advices. And it felt pretty great to just share with a dude like this. And it also helped me to really like kind of reassess everything I've learned with Adrian, because in order to talk about what we talked, he was mainly interested in how I was training with Adrian. I could have mentioned it like long time ago. Adrian completely released his way of seeing his methodology, programmation, etc. for free on YouTube, but it's in French. And so this guy had a lot of questions about how it works, because it may be hard to conceive, but the whole philosophy of Adrian is not just a philosophy, it's based on facts, etc. And so he explains the whole thing on an 8 hours course. Like there is 4 hours on YouTube and 4 more hours on his private website. And so, yeah, it's really dense and hard to understand. Even though you have the whole informations, the application is something else. And this is why I actually decided to opt for the coaching. And yeah, just I don't know why I was talking about this, but in the end, yeah, I could really like everything I had done with Adrian throughout 2-3 months of coaching had been absorbed on the long run. I wasn't able to understand everything he was making me doing. I was just doing. Sometimes I thought I was understanding, but to some extent I was still like my brain was still off. And it really is, I think the trip to China really helped me, because I done like 2 months of coaching. It was gradual, and at the end it got really intense. It was incredible. And then I had 2 to 3 weeks of vacation, holidays, in which I could kind of assimilate the whole thing, what happened, etc. And it's now 1 month after, so at the end of 3 months of full coaching, that I can tell, okay, I understand way more how training works. And I have to precise it. It's for me only. It's something I say often, like on me, for me, because training is individual dependent for a lot of cases. And yeah, I couldn't assume that I understand training for everyone. But yeah, that's just a cool thought I have. The second thing I wanted to mention is that I began to do podcasts, and I'm eager to progress even more. My first podcast is freaking trash. I decided not to delete it in order to maintain a certain cohesion and continuity. Yeah, I'm just glad of the way it's going. I was also I don't want only, I will do some topic video. My goal is to share some pieces of experiences and advices that will resonate with people concretely. Like I want to touch a specific point so that what I think should be useful for them really hit where it has to. So many projects and ideas. Just a matter of time. If you have a project also, and that you genuinely know that you want to do it, honestly, stick to it no matter what. Honestly, I'll be fully honest, I wasn't expecting to go that way, but my current projects, like this channel, I'm ready to sacrifice so much for it, and I feel okay with that. And from the moment I decide to, I feel a certain relief, because I choose rather than will it work? I'm not sure how it will work, when it will work. I'm just sure I'm ready to give it all. And yeah, that's that's really like a special sensation to have. Anyway, for real now. I hope that you liked this episode. I wish you to spend a good day and that you spend your time mindfully. And see you.